Hey there and welcome to my channel. Have you ever tried using the Crayola Supertips for a watercolor painting? If you have some lying around, maybe consider trying them out for that. In my opinion, they are pretty good watercolor pens. Of course, these are not as good as if you were using professional watercolors, but for some reason they seem to work better than some of my brush pens. What I mean by that is that they lift off completely, so you don't end up having a line where you drew with the pens, but instead get an even wash. Although you probably only see that line when you have a light wash. For this painting, I didn't want the colors to be too dark, especially on the face, so that I can build up layers. I hope you can see that, but I can get rid of those lines by going over it with my brush. You might need to work on that a little, but in my opinion, these pens do a better job than some of my brush pens. Although I recently tested this with the Sakura Koi 2 and it works just as well, I don't know. But I've got the impression that I get much better results with my watercolor paper lately. I also tested the current brush markers again and was fascinated by how well those worked on the paper. I remember having worse results about that. By the way, I am using the Canson cold pressed watercolor paper, so if you're using different watercolor paper, this might not work as well as it does for me here. Another advantage of using normal felter pens is that you don't need to worry about fraying the nib. Okay, you don't need to worry about that if you're only using your brush pens for watercolor paintings and not for brush lettering. Do you want to know one more advantage? Crayola Supertips are cheaper than most brush pens. Big surprise, yeah? Of course, if you have better watercolor paints, use these, but even though I have watercolor paints, I also sometimes like using pens instead. And I mean, if you have different art supplies, I recommend using these and also mix them up. Try different combinations, use art supplies you don't use as often, or use them in a sense that they are not really meant to. Of course, be careful, because if you use them differently than they are meant to, they might break. But in this case, you can use them for that, so try that out. Oh, and funny story to why I chose this color combination. Okay, maybe not so funny, but anyway. I spilled a drink and the box in which I keep my pens was open, and well, these are the pens that are not sticky. I should clean them. The pink one was sticky though, but I still needed another color. I had some other colors that I could have used, but they just didn't fit right. And I do like the pink for the hair. All in all, I'm pretty happy about that color scheme here. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you might watch some other videos or even consider to subscribe and join me on my lettering and painting journey. I hope you paint or letter along with me. If not, it's also fine. Thanks for being here anyway. And maybe see you in another video. Bye!